so we have a special guest on our show today. Say hello to Winston. I found this sweet little baby in the middle of a 4-lane highway a couple of weeks ago, and he was fighting for his life one minute and living in luxury the next. Hey. So anyway, let's do a quick gut check before we begin our show today. How often do you finish a meal and feel tight, swollen, or just uncomfortable? For many of the people that I work with, the answer is almost every single time. And I've definitely been there myself. I've spent literally years convinced that there was one secret food that I needed to try to find so I could cut out from my diet. I tried everything from gluten and bread to dairy to beans and to raw vegetables, and I had a experience with raw vegetables one night that I thought kale was literally going to kill me. I am serious. Over the next few minutes, I want to talk you through the reframe that finally changed everything for me and my clients too. You've probably tried cutting out gluten, dairy, and beans, raw vegetables, all the things that I just mentioned before, and you still feel bloated after almost every meal. So what if the food itself wasn't actually the problem? Ayurveda has a completely different explanation for why this keeps happening. And once you understand it, the fix is way simpler than you might think. So let me describe the pattern for you, and you can tell me if this sounds familiar. You notice that you're bloating, so you start playing detective. You cut out bread for a week and you feel a little lighter, a little better, and you think, wow, that's it. I found the culprit, it was gluten, and then a month later, without any gluten, the bloating has returned. So you move on to the next suspect, dairy, then onions and garlic, then beans, then raw vegetables. And your list of safe foods keeps shrinking and shrinking and shrinking until you have almost nothing left to eat. And somehow the bloating just keeps coming back anyway. So I lived in that loop for years. It's exhausting, and it turns eating into something stressful instead of something that you can actually sit back and enjoy. So before I bring up the next point, I really want you to sit with this one question with me. What if the problem was never the food that you're eating? So bloating after every meal is one of the most common things that I hear, if not the most common thing that I hear. Most people have already tried eliminating everything that I just mentioned. They've tried the gluten, dairy, certain vegetables, etc. Sometimes it helps briefly and then it comes right back. When bloating follows you from food to food, the common thread is not the food, it's the digestion. So if the common thread isn't the food, it's the digestion, then the obvious next question is, what does bad digestion actually mean? Because that's a phrase that we throw around a lot constantly, and we almost never actually define it. It usually just becomes this vague, frustrating feeling of my stomach hates me, and you can't really fix a vague feeling. You're gonna need something specific to actually aim at. And this is exactly where I find the Ayurvedic explanation so clarifying, because it hands you one concrete thing to focus on instead of a moving target. And it even has a name. Let me introduce it to you. So in Ayurveda, all digestion runs on Agni, which is your digestive fire. When Agni is strong, food is properly converted from nourishment to waste. But when it's weakened, food sits in your stomach, it ferments, and it ends up creating gas, bloating, and toxic residue called ama. And ama is this heavy, sticky substance that blocks your channels. It feels like you're really full. It feels like you have a lot of pressure that's uncomfortable, and that feeling that lingers after meals that's really heavy in your stomach. So the key distinction here, modern advice says to find your trigger food and remove it. Ayurveda says that the trigger is a weak fire, not a specific food. Here's the analogy that finally made Agni click for me. I want you to picture your digestion as a campfire. When that fire is hot and steady, you can throw almost anything into it. A thick log, even slightly damp wood, and it still will burn clean. But picture that same fire when it's low, just a few glowing embers. Now you drop a big wet log right on top of it. You don't get a bigger fire, you get smoke. The log just sits there, smoldering, half burnt and soggy. So that smoke and that half burnt log, that's your bloating and that's ama. And notice, the log was never the problem. The fire just wasn't ready for it. So the real question becomes, what's been putting your fire out? So let's look at that next. In Ayurveda, there are 6 common habits that weaken Agni. Most people don't connect these directly to bloating and gas. Number 1 is cold and raw food. This includes iced water with meals, smoothies, big raw salads eaten regularly. Cold weakens digestive fire directly. Number 2, skipping meals. Your Agni follows the clock. Skipping meals or eating at random times means it cannot build the momentum that it needs. Number 3 is eating too fast. You swallow air and skip that chewing that starts the mechanical breakdown. The rest of your digestion has to work a lot harder. Number 4, stress and distraction. Stress moves energy away from digestion. Mental strain weakens Agni as much as junk food does. Number 5, incompatible food combinations. Fruit with dairy, cold drinks with hot food. These create confusion in the digestive process. And just a side note here that modern science actually, even gut health science, says that this isn't true and that there's no evidence to suggest that this is accurate. But what I say is don't trust either side. Experiment for yourself and see if it makes you feel bloated or if you feel okay after eating it. I used to eat bananas and yogurt for breakfast all the time, and once I learned about food combinations in my Ayurvedic classes, I started paying attention, and I did notice that I did feel bloated after eating certain things together. So I definitely always say find out for yourself. Okay, number 6 is overeating. Eating past your capacity overwhelms Agni before it can even do its job. So, okay, let's go ahead and take a deep breath because I know that was a lot of information. There can be quite a bit of everyday ways that we accidentally smother our own digestion, and if you just saw yourself in 1 or 2 of these, that's completely normal. Almost everyone does. And here's the part that I really want you to take away from this video. You do not have to fix this issue by cutting even more food out. You fix it by changing the conditions your digestion is working in. So let me show you exactly what that means. When Agni is weak, you don't pile more burden on it. You give it a rest and let it rebuild. And this is exactly what shifted things for me personally. I stopped trying to cut more foods. I switched to warm, light, easy to digest meals, and the bloating resolved. Not because I finally found the trigger food, but because I gave my digestion the conditions that it needed to work in. Picking your food breaks down starches with heat, making nutrients easier to absorb. Warm food is simply less work for your gut. And I want to make this concrete because eat warm cooked food can still feel a little vague. So let me just tell you what my actual first week looked like when I made the switch. The breakfast stopped being a big cold smoothie and started being more like warm spiced oats or some stewed fruits. Lunch, which is my biggest meal of the day, was usually a simple dal with rice, and dinner actually got a lot lighter and a lot earlier. I had a soup or a small bowl of Kitchari, sometimes even a salad if I could handle it. Nothing heavy right before bed though, of course, and I didn't count a single calorie, I didn't cut out a single food group. I just made everything warmer, simpler, and more regular. And within about a week, the after dinner bloat that I carried for years was noticeably gone. So let me show you the toolkit that I leaned on. Here's what warm and light actually look like day to day. Kitchari and mung dal is the classic Ayurvedic reset meal. It's easy to digest, grounding, and Agni supportive. The second tip would be to sip on small amounts of water or herbal teas with meals instead of cold drink. Use a lot of digestive spices that stoke Agni, which is ginger, cumin, fennel, coriander, black pepper. They activate digestive enzymes and support stomach acid. Fennel seeds after meals are really good for trapped gas in your stomach. Take a short walk after eating. Even 10 to 15 minutes supports digestion significantly. Have your biggest meal at midday when Agni is naturally the strongest. Keep dinner really light so digestion can finish before sleep. Though I don't want you to look at this list and try to do all of it perfectly starting tomorrow morning. That's definitely the fastest way to give up by tomorrow night. This isn't a rigid diet you either pass or fail. It's just a gentle direction that we're going to start putting ourselves on. So just pick up 2 things that feel genuinely easy. Make your swap, maybe the ice water at dinner for warm water, and you take a 10-minute walk afterwards. That alone is often enough to feel a real shift. And small wins are what builds the momentum to keep going. So definitely give it a couple of gentle, consistent weeks before you judge whether it's working or not. But, and this definitely matters, what if you do all this and you're still bloated? I don't want to leave this hanging, so let's talk about it. So if you make these shifts for a few weeks and bloating is still consistent, it's worth talking to a doctor about. Persistent bloating after every single meal, regardless of what or how you eat, can sometimes signal SIBO, IBS, or food sensitivities that need a practitioner's eye. This is where working with a gut physician or practitioner can really help. And I want to be really clear about something here because I think that it really matters. If you've genuinely given this a fair shot and the bloating is still consistent, that is not a personal failure. It doesn't mean that you did it wrong. And it doesn't mean that Ayurveda didn't work for you. It usually just means there's another layer worth investigating, something like SIBO or IBS, and that's exactly the kind of thing that a practitioner can help you with. Reaching out for that isn't a last resort, it's a smart, proactive move. So wherever you land in all of this, please be patient with your body. It's on your side, of course. Let me pull everything together for you. Bloating after every meal is almost always your body signaling that digestion is under strain. Not that you need to cut out more food. Start with the fire. Warm food, warm water, consistent meal times, digestive spices, a short walk. Give your Agni the conditions it needs to work in properly. So that's really the whole framework. Start with the fire, give it a week or 2 of warm, simple, consistent meals, and just pay attention to how your body responds. Most people feel a difference faster than they would expect. So if this helped you, do me one favor, share it with one person in your life who's stuck in the endless elimination loop. It might save them a lot of frustration. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one.